morning, Quara. Good morning, Ilorin. Good morning, world. Today is Wednesday, February 5th, 2025, and welcome to today's newspaper review on Emirate Radio. I am Latifa Ibrahim Aruna. So the newspaper we're using for today's newspaper review are the Punch newspaper, the Royal News, Daily Trust, Daily Post, the Tribune newspaper, Leadership newspaper, and the Vanguard newspaper. So stay with us on this morning's paper review. The first newspaper we're looking at this morning is the Punch newspaper. INEC enlists CSO to curb vote buying as party primaries. The Independent National Electoral Commission has called on civil society organizations to extend their election monitoring efforts to political parties' primaries, emphasizing the need to curb vote buying and other electoral malpractices. This was stated by the INEC chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, during the first quarterly consultative meeting with CSOs for 2025 held at the Commission's headquarters in Abuja on Tuesday. Still on the Punch newspaper this morning, cybercrime, EFCC arrests 11 Chinese, alleges plot to destabilize Nigeria. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission on Tuesday arraigned 11 Chinese nationals over allegations of cyber fraud, identity theft, and an attempt to destabilize Nigeria's constitutional structure. The defendants were arraigned before the Federal High Court in Lagos. They pleaded not guilty to the charges. The development comes only a day after the Anti-Graft Agency arraigned 42 Chinese and Filipinos for similar offenses before the same Federal High Court in Lagos.
Something's wrong with this thing.
Something is wrong. Vai demais então. Sabe?
Vamos.
Kindo. Eimba. Eimba.
Kuda, multipá como se fosse só.
Ninguém é cansado. Still on the Punch newspaper this morning, lawyer alleges multiple assassination attempts for defending Biafran agitators, blames ECWA for IPOB wars. A human rights lawyer and leading counsel for the indigenous people of Biafra, Sir Ifeanyi Ejiofor, has disclosed that he has survived multiple assassination attempts by both state and non-state actors due to his advocacy for the group. Ejiofor, a knight of St. Christopher, said he survived the attacks while defending IPOB agitators, specifically on December 2, 2019, June 6, 2021, and September 24, 2021. He said this speaking to journalists after his 50th birthday celebration in Asaba Delta State, explaining that the threat began after he accepted a legal brief from the IPOB leader, Nnamdi Kanu, in 2015, a case that many senior lawyers reportedly declined out of fear. Still on the Punch newspaper this morning, Adeleke orders probe of Osun community chieftaincy crisis. The Esha Oke community of Osun State on Tuesday insisted that the appointment of Prince Oluyemi Ajayi as the Olujudo of Ido Ajegunle must be reversed. Governor Ademola Adeleke has, however, vowed to institute a panel to probe the violence that recently engulfed the town. A Shauke Central Union on Monday alleged that some assailants in police uniform invaded the town and shot dead 4 residents, leaving many others injured. The group said the imposition of a non-indigenous as a monarch in a community located within Esauke town caused the mayhem. Lastly, on the Punch newspaper this morning, Sokoto Hospital celebrates 4th successful kidney transplant. The Usman Danfodio University Teaching Hospital, Sokoto, has successfully conducted its 4th kidney transplant at the Tensford Center of Excellence in Urology and Nephrology. Speaking at the unveiling ceremony, the Director of Research and Development at the Tensford, Salis Bukhari, praised the achievement, stating that Ududs had emerged as a best performing among the 27th Tensford Center of Excellence nationwide. He reaffirmed Tensford's commitment to supporting the hospital's sustainability and positioning it as a leading medical Sahara Africa. And on the Royal News Online newspaper this morning, REDPU greets Gobir on emergence as Serikin Gobir of Ilorin. The national president of the Ilorin Emirate Descendant Progressive Union, IEDPU, Alhaji Abdulmumin Ayo Abdulmalik, has facilitated with the Madawaki of Ilorin, Alhaji Yakub Garba Gobir, on his appointment as the new Serikin Gobir of Ilorin. Alhaji Abdulmalik said that the appointment is befitting and well-deserved, considering the enormous contribution of Alhaji Gobir to peace and development of Ilorin Emirates, and particularly towards the rekindling of the status of the Gobir family in the annals of Ilorin, Kwara State, and Nigeria as a whole. The president thanked the Emir of Ilorin, Alhaji Dr. Ibrahim Sulugambari, CFR, for accepting the recommendation of Alhaji Gobir for the position by his family, as he has also commended members of the Gobir dynasty of Ilorin for peaceful selection of their new head. Still at the Royal News Online newspaper, Governor Abdulrahman at 65, transforming Kwara State through visionary leadership. As Governor Abdulrahman Abdulrazak, CON Chairman Governors Forum in Nigeria, celebrates his 64th, also known as Blue Safari Jubilee, birthday on February 5th, it is a fitting time to reflect on his remarkable journey as a leader and his transformative impacts on Kwara State since assuming office in May 2019. Abdulrazak has demonstrated unwavering dedication to the welfare and progress of his people. His administration achievements are a testament to his vision and leadership. Still on the Royal News newspaper this morning, NIMET predicts early onset of rainfall in southern states. The Nigeria Meteorological Agency NIMET has predicted an early onset of rainfall over the southern states of Delta, Bayelsa, Rivers, Anambra, and section of Oyo, Ogun, Osun, Ondo, Lagos, Edo, Enugu, Imo, and Ebonyi for the year 2025. This was revealed at an event organized by NIMET to unveil the year's 2025 seasonal climate prediction in Abuja on Tuesday. While onset of rain is predicted to be delayed over the northern and central states of Plateau, as well as parts of Kaduna, Niger, Benue, Nasarawa, Taraba, Adamawa, and Kwara, with the rest of the country experiencing normal onset. on the online newspaper Royal News. Emir of Ilorin Alhaji Ibrahim Sulugambari praised for Governor Abdulrazak at 65. The Emir of Ilorin and Chairman Kwara State Traditional Rulers Council, Mai Martaba Alhaji Dr. Ibrahim Sulugambari CFR, has rejoiced with Governor Abdulrahman Abdulrazak on his 65th birthday celebration on Wednesday, 5th February 2025. Alhaji Sulugambari is in a goodwill message issued by spokesman Malam Abdulaziz Arona, disclosed that the governor has continued to contribute to the socio-economic growth of the state with tremendous references. The emir said, "Happy 65th birthday to an exceptional and visionary governor. As we celebrate this milestone, we acknowledge your tireless efforts to transform Kwara State into a prosperous hub for investors and tourists. Your dedication to public service, entrepreneurship, and philanthropy is truly inspiring. Your journey is a testament to your perseverance and leadership skills. Indeed, you are synonymous to excellence." Lastly, on the online Royal newspaper this morning, Unilorin student reportedly commits suicide over economic hardship. A yet-to-be identified student of the University of Ilorin has committed suicide. Checks revealed that the disease was in 200 level in the Faculty of Communication and Information Science (CIS) before he ended his own life due to the economic hardship facing his family. It was also gathered that the student was on the cumulative aggregates of 4.5 academic standing at the Department of Mass Communication before his unfortunate death. The incident, it was further learned, happened at his private residence located at Okiodo Axis of Tanke Community, Ilorin, Kwara State. It was also gathered that the deceased lost his father a few years ago, while his mother, a retired school teacher, had taken over financial responsibility for his academic sins. And on Daily Trust newspaper this morning, tax reform bill will adversely affect northern region, says CNG. The coalition of northern groups has expressed reservation about the proposed tax reform bill currently before the Senate. Speaking at a one-day town hall meeting in Birnin Kebbi, the Kebbi State coordinator of CNG, Comrade Mansour Isa Guruza, emphasized that the bill, if passed, will have far-reaching adverse effects on the northern region, including Kebbi State. He highlighted three key concerns with the proposed bill: the disappropriation impacts on northern states, the potential for increased economic disparity, and the lack of transparency and data-driven decision-making. He urged the government to ensure that any tax reform promotes fairness and equity among all states. (165) illegal immigrants arrested in Kebbi. The Kebbi State Police Command has arrested 165 illegal immigrants from Burkina Faso, Mali, Ivory Coast, Benin Republic, and Niger Republic, all residing in the 3-bedroom flats in the Kuwait area of Birnin Kebbi. According to the command's public relations officer, CSP Nafi Abubakar, the arrest following an intelligence report that led detectives from the State Criminal Investigation Department to discover the arrested individuals from francophone countries living in the cramped apartment. During the operation, 35 Burkina Faso nationals, 110 from Ivory Coast, 11 from Benin Republic, 5 from Niger Republic, and 4 from Mali were taken into custody, he said. He said preliminary investigation revealed that the suspects were residing in Nigeria without valid documentation and were allegedly involved in the Quenet Ponzi scheme. Still on Daily Trust newspaper this morning, motorists to pay 500 naira, 1,600 naira on Abuja Kefi Akwanga Makodi Highway. The federal government has disclosed that motorists plying the Abuja Kefi Akwanga Makodi Highway will now pay toll ranging from 500 naira for saloon cars to 1,600 naira for motor axle vehicle. The Minister of Works, Senator David Umahi, said during the official inauguration of the new tolling regime at Garaku Toll Station, Nasarawa State, that funds generated from the venture will be used for the maintenance of federal roads nationwide. Recall that the China Exim Bank provided a $406.8 million loan used to fund the 227.2-kilometer road project. Represented on occasion by the Minister of State for Works, Bello Mohammed Goronyo, Umahi explained that the federal government rehabilitated and upgraded the road through a preferential credit loan from the China Exim Bank. Still on Daily Trust newspaper this morning, police arraign Ogun monarch over assault of 73-year-old man. The police command in Ogun State on Tuesday arraigned a suspended traditional ruler Olorile of Orile-Ifo, Obasemiu Adewale Ogunjobi, for assaulting a 73-year-old man, Abraham Areola. The suspended traditional ruler was arraigned on 3-count charges of conspiracy, assault, and conduct likely to cause breach of peace. The first police public relations officer, Muyiwa Adejobi, said Ogunjobi was granted bail after pleading not guilty to the offense. It was gathered that he was granted bail on liberal terms of 5 million naira with 2 sureties in the like sum, and the case adjourned to March 6th. How uncle sold our family members to bandits, got 200,000 naira from 30 million naira ransom. A 50-year-old man, Ado Haruna, who connived with bandits to kidnap his family members in Zaria, Kaduna State, has been arrested. Operatives of the IGP Intelligence Response Team arrested Haruna based on a tip-off, according to the first public relations officer, ACP Olumuyiwa Adejobi. Haruna, a resident of Angwan Kanawa Dutse Abba, had led to the house of his nephew, Alhaji Bashiru Anas, on the night of the abduction. When the gang members struck, Anas was not at home, but his 2 wives, 3 children, younger brother, and his brother's wife were all kidnapped and spent 60 days in Buruku Sabo Birni, where negotiation for their release took place. And lastly, on the Daily Trust newspaper this morning, Atiku's visit to Binani sparks fresh political permutations. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar's visit to the Abuja residence of Senator Aisha Tudairu Binani has ignited fresh political speculations ahead of 2027 general elections. Atiku's visit on Monday comes amid renewed efforts by key opposition figures to form a coalition aimed at unseating the ruling All Progressive Congress. Binani, a prominent APC member, is believed to have been sidelined by the presidency, particularly with her main rivalry for the party's 2023 gubernatorial ticket, Malam Nuhu Ribadu, now serving as National Security Advisor to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Her recent return to the political and media spotlight has fueled speculation that she may be preparing for another attempt to become Nigeria's first female governor. And on the Daily Post newspaper this morning, Amechi not a failed minister, ISERE replies Okocha. The chieftain of the All Progressive Congress APC in Rivers State, Chief Eze Okonkwo Eze, has berated Tony Okocha over his recent comments against Chibuike Amechi. Daily Post reported that Amechi had, in a recent public forum in Abuja, called on Nigerians to unite and work with a common resolve to retake power from corrupt politicians whose kleptomania grip on the common patrimony has reset and put the country on a downward trend. Lastly, on the Daily Post newspaper this morning, many Nigerians believe breast cancer caused by spiritual attack, witchcraft, expert shares insight. The World Health Organization, who has warned of a rising cancer burden, breast cancer remains the most common cancer among women in Nigeria, with many myths, cultural perception, and structural barrier hindering early detection and treatment. In its exclusive interview with the newsman, Dr. Mwamaka Lezibika, Director of Research and Innovation at the National Institute for Cancer Research and Treatments, NICRA, shares insights. And on the Tribune newspaper this morning, NAHCON extend registration to February 10th. Nigeria intended pilgrims for this year's Hajj exercise yet to complete their registration have been handed a relief as the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, on Tuesday announced an extension of the deadline for registration to February 10th. The Hajj Commission had earlier announced January 31st deadline, which it said was based on deadline from the authorities of Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The new deadline, according to NAHCON Assistant Director, Information and Publications Fatima Sanda Usara, was announced by the Commission's Chairman, CEO, Professor Abdullahi Saleh Usman, during a Zoom meeting between NAHCON and key Hajj stakeholders on Tuesday night. Still on the Tribune newspaper this morning, fake number plates. We will shut down your command if none threatens FRSC. The National Association of Nigerian Student NANS on Tuesday threatens to shut down any command on the Federal Road Safety Corps that impounds its official vehicle. The student body The student body said it received with great dismay the recent pronouncement by the Corps Marshal of the Federal Road Safety Corps, Sheikh Mohammed, directing its officers to arrest an impound vehicle belonging to non-structures. In a statement signed by the clerk of the Senate National Headquarters, Oladimeji Uthman, which was made available to journalists in Ibadan, the body said the directive to impose NAN's vehicle was not only disrespectful but also an affront to its structured movement. Oyo's Assembly wants Akeredolu's ex-aide sanctioned over remarks on Song of Ogbomoso. The Oyo State House of Assembly has condemned the derogatory remarks allegedly made by Dr. Doyin Odebowale, a former senior special assistant on special duties and strategy to the late Ondo State Governor Rotimi Akeredolu, against the son of Ogbomoso, Oba Gandhi Afolabi Olawi, during a recent broadcast on Lagelu FM Ibadan. The lawmakers described the alleged derogatory comment as factually incorrect, disrespectful, and inciting. And lastly, on the Tribune newspaper this morning, Adeleke only followed process met on ground, says Ogun government. Osun State government has released gazettes and official memos to justify the recent appointments of Olajudo of Ido Ayegunle, going to prosecute those behind the arson and killing that occurred last Monday. Among the documents released to the public was the official gazette of the state government dated 2005, which affirmed that Owa Obokun of Ijeshaland, not Owamiran of Eshaoke, as the prescribed authority over Ido Ajankunle. Two other documents were the elevation of the Oba Olajudo of Ido Ajojegunle to Part 2 in 2014, which was conveyed to the late Olojudo by both the local government and the palace of Owa Obokun of Ijeshaland. And on the leadership newspaper this morning, Muda Obasa let the Lagos Assembly breathe. It was time for the impeached former Speaker of Lagos State House of Assembly, Mudashir Obasa, to move on and allow the chambers to breathe. His removal as Speaker on Monday, January 13, 2025, was as a result of allegations of misconduct and financial misappropriation leveled against him by his own colleagues. Jagba syndrome. Stakeholders cite poor pay, harsh working conditions. Nigeria's healthcare system is facing an alarming crisis as the mass exodus of medical professionals continue to deplete an already overstretched sector. Thousands of doctors, nurses, and other health workers are leaving the country for better opportunities abroad, prompting urgent calls for government intervention to prevent a total collapse. And still on the leadership newspaper this morning on our newspaper review, Kwara governor's wife harps on improved sensitization and education. The wife of Kwara State Governor, Professor Olufolake Abdulrazak, yesterday called for improved sensitization and education on detection of cancer disease. She said this is necessary to attract high survival rates of the disease and improved quality of life in the country, emphasizing that early detection of the cancer disease remains the only measure to reduce untimely deaths among the people. And that brings us to the end of today's newspaper review. Thank you for listening and have an amazing day. My name is Latifa Ibrahim Arona. Continue to listen to Emirate Radio, the voice of the people.